Hello everyone and welcome. I just thought I'd do a quick video demonstrating the current functionality related to keybinds in Magpie, which is Budgie 11's Mir-based compositor. It all starts with config, which leverages kconfig, and particularly kshared config, to enable us to have vendor and user-specific overrides. So a vendor is able to ship a configuration, and then that can be overridden or partially overridden by user configuration, which is quite handy. A lot of that would typically have to be custom code, so it's great that the kconfig library exists so we don't have to do all that work ourselves. We also have a file watcher, and we have custom code for our custom logic related to keybind parsing. So if I was to scroll down here, you could see we get a group of keybinds, we iterate over them, we construct a list, and then we have some, of course, debug code here, like any good project would have. And you can see here we have our keybind, which actually then, as part of a combination, translates the strings, for example, control left, into our Q mir input event modifier. Quite a mouthful on that one. And those are effectively aligned with the Mir input event modifiers, and we could convert to and from these, which is quite handy, as well as making sure that we have some changes to how they are communicated and reported, particularly related to control and alt, and shift really. But particularly control and alt, where you have left and right, but then it's simultaneously communicated as another keybind. So some refinements related to that, and then that all comes together into, at the moment, our function related to built-in keybinds. And this is a keyboard event filter in the Mural side. So Mural being the Mir abstraction layer. And when we do that and receive input events, we check, are we performing a keyboard action that's down? And if we are, then we effectively check, all right, does our modifiers or set of modifiers align with a keybind? And if so, does it also align with the action? So if I was to hold Control and Alt, I would expect that for something like Vivaldi that I have as a keybind, that would do nothing. But the moment I press V, it would open up Vivaldi. So that's what I have. And if I run task run, and I scroll all the way up to the top, you could see that we have a default one that we hard code just for Firefox, just for testing, of course, and I have one for Vivaldi. So if I was to do Control Alt and V, you could see that it opens up Vivaldi here, and how convenient it goes to the Buddies of Budgie page. It's in this tiny window, but it is what it is. And I love how it reports is always on X, even when I'm on a Wayland compositor. Now, something that the kconfig stuff doesn't do directly, because they leverage a different internal method, particularly related to dbus, to inform when a file has been modified through a notify event. I have a Q file system watcher. So what that enables me to do is, for example, if I put kitty here and I put control left plus alt left plus K, I say open kitty, and I do kitty here. You see, when I do that, we have like a little bell here. I wonder what that is. Oh, yes, it's definitely override that. I scroll all the way down, and you could see that it added it here. And now, if I go over to my window and do Control Alt and K, you could see we have kitty here. And that's basically it. So we have a bunch of keybinds set up. We could dynamically modify them in the Magpie RC. They get reloaded in the compositor, and Bob's your uncle. Now, what this will, in the end, enable us to do is have a completely separate, for example, application, like a Budgie Control Center with their own panel, with keyboard shortcuts and so on. And those can be manipulated and be dynamically updated in the compositor, which is what one would expect. But that's what we have so far. And yeah, thanks for checking it out. Have a good one.